we are running a game. Is that right, Paddy? Which is Curse of Strahd with a little bit of a Christmas flair before we actually jump into the main campaign. Is that right?
Yes. So, good evening, everyone. Hello.
Good evening.
It's been months since we've been together. And because I miss you all dearly, because COVID is an absolute bitch, be warned, there is swearing going to be involved in this podcast for anybody who have lighter afflictions and feelings. I've decided to do something a little bit different. Anybody who follows D&D, who follows various campaigns, books, and details from Wizards of the Coast know that Curse of Strahd is probably one of the favourite ones to play the most well-rounded adventures this time of year. So, what did I decide to do, of course, but look at everybody's review that says, don't do Death House. So, probably 2 out of 4 of the players don't actually know what I'm talking about. And also 2 out of 4 of the players don't actually know what Death House is as well, but that's a different story. So what I'm going to do, since it's Christmas, I'm going to replace the Curse of Strahd Episode Zero with something a little bit different. Bear with me, it's something I've thrown together.
I'm back.
It's not going to be the best, but I'm aiming to have as much fun as possible. And Bucky's finally back, so now you all know what happens to his character.
Is it good?
There was a cactus involved.
Oh, that's
Also, if I receive a donation of £10,000 or $11,000 US, one of the characters may die this evening. Most of the proceedings will go to charity. I'm joking. Don't give me money.
I'll take money.
Have I put my bank account details online again? God damn it, Nick. No shit or bugger. Okay. Shit. Right. Bugger. My phone's not working. Never mind. So.
I am muted. I muted myself
You've
there.
been muted, and I'm talking to you the whole time. That's marvellous.
It's alright.
So,
no shit or
Mick.
bugger. Go.
Mick, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm repping the merch, mate. Buy that merch. teespring.com/Haggis and Dragons.
This is nice. Can't you be any more corporate?
Nope.
I was going to say,
If I was, I'd be
corporate
I'd be Paddy if I was any more corporate.
That's true. That's
Do we
very
have
true.
roll 20 or?
Nope.
We're not doing
It's
Roll20, mate. This is
Theatre for the mind.
Right.
My favourite.
You got dice, Bucky? If you've got dice, I'm rolling for you.
Well, actually, I've seen your rolls, so I'm actually okay with that.
I think
Should
them
be-
the rolls for me as well because my stats came out great. So
It should be noticed for this evening, I'm using the wonderful polymetal dice from D&Dice, and I'm also using my favourite Q Workshop Cthulhu dice. That the players know
the ones that are rigged then.
Oh, they're not rigged. They just love you, Mark. That's all.
You rolled 18, 18, 18.
So, are you ready, Mark?
Yes.
Bucky,
Yes.
are you
No.
ready?
I realised I was answering that question. I am partially ready. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Ross,
Yes.
are you ready?
I've got me dice.
Gentlemen, for the first time in forever, let's game.
Do it.
there. It is.
I thought you were going to say we wake up.
Yeah.
Sake, Bucky. Right, fine, since it's you. Bucky! You look across the table and you notice that a white-haired and red bespeckled head of a giant Aarakocra birdman wakes up at the table across from you.
Oof.
Mick, you wake up.
Who was it? Who was it? Was it you? I'm looking at Logan Redfox right now.
I'd look around to see if he's looking at someone else because I did nothing to wake him up.
In your confused and bemused state at El Krakow, I beg your pardon, El Krakow, waking up in the middle of the yawning portal inn, you're surrounded by 6 different tables, each of them hustling and bustling with activity. bar servers and tavern makers coming and going, spilling pints of ale and beer everywhere. Chips and kipper flying left, right, and centre, and the pub is in full swing. A couple of minutes after El Krakow wakes up, both of you start to get a bit of an unusual feeling, and you glance towards the doorway. As Ross, if you'd like to describe your character for me, please, who comes bumbling through the door.
So my character is a half-elf warlock, very slight build, hunched over, carrying a couple of books as he's walking in. It's just, I'm just kind of looking around for a seat.
First seat that you happen to see in front of you, just by pure unrelated meta circumstances, seems to be at a table sat betwixt an unusually shabby-looking human and a rather tired-looking, haggled, potentially drunk, you can smell the alcohol from here, Birdman.
Okay, I just kind of go, oh, excuse me, sorry. I just like pop my books on the table. You don't mind if I sit here, do you?
No, as long as you don't cause me any hassle, you can sit here as long as you want.
Oh, not at all. And you, sir?
See, the beak moves on El Krakow, but unfortunately not everyone can hear his dulcet tones.
That's where my beer goes.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, right there. Did I spill anything?
No, but you put books in the way.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't see anywhere else to sit. I'm sorry.
If I get beer and fish sauce on it, it's your fault, not mine. Not mine.
Alright. My name's Walton. What's yours?
Who's asking?
Me, Walton? What's your name?
That's very assumptive of you there, sir. I don't know if I feel free to give you that information. Only people that ask is people wanting money from me, and I'm not into that, son. You have to buy me a beer and a fish first, know what I mean?
Okay, and I just kind of turn around to Bucky's character. My name's Walton, what's your name?
I'd look at him and I'd just kind of nod at him. I'm Logan. Nice to meet you.
Logan?
Yes, Logan Red Fox.
Oh, that's a lovely name.
Thank you. Family name.
After a few seconds, Walton, you actually feel something graze past your head as a tray carrying drinks just cuts into the side of your head and ever so forcefully slams down on the table. 4 foaming foam pints of Silver Dragon beer, presented by a gentleman known locally as the Makos. Mark, could you describe your character for me, please?
He's a leather armor-wearing tiefling. His armor's
Foaming foam pints.
nice and expensive robe. It's probably worth more than the rest of the party sitting here at the table. Arrogant smirk on his face.
So it's Mark.
Any relation between player characters and their actual players themselves is totally unrelated. Can't be sued for copyright.
Sorry. See that guy there, that Logan guy? He woke me up, by the way. And that Walton guy there, he's put his books on the table and didn't buy me a drink or nothing.
Don't worry, here's a drink for you. Pass the drink over to him.
Hold on, what?
So El Krakow, it comes to you that during your dreams you've seen this tiefling before, this Damakos who seems to be passing your drink, and then you remember that's the guy I've spent the last 2 years travelling with. That's where I know him from.
That's I remember you. It's the face. I remember the face. By the way, he stole your seat.
I'm just gonna let a deep sigh here. He's having one of his moments again then, is he?
Does,
You know
he, does,
better
this, does this happen a lot?
Yes.
Well, I'm just sitting here trying to be a guy. Coming in, putting his books in. I can't even read that shite. And it's in the way of the booze. And then I've got the other guy here saying he didn't wake me up, but he did. He was looking right at me when I woke up, so it's definitely him.
You jumped up, doing.
I'm just kind of sitting there in the middle, just being dead awkward, and I just kind of lift my book up and start reading. While this is all happening.
Everyone always blames me, and it's not. I'm just here to being a guy. Well, a bad guy, you know what I mean? A big fat. But my boy DeMarcus here, he's perfect. He's something else. He's bought me a beer. You've got a beer?
Pick up one of Walton's books, one of the nice heavy ones. Is that your relation over there, Krakow? Point behind you.
Ah,
Wham. Let's go back to sleep.
Could I just take that, please? Thank you.
The book itself there seems to be slightly feathered on one side.
Oh no, what have you done? Oh.
Logan and Damakos, could you both make a perception roll, please, with advantage?
Can't you make a perception roll for me?
Oh, yes, with advantage. That's 10 plus your stat.
I actually went for my dice as well. That's the worst part. I was like, how does this work?
Those dice that aren't there.
I've not got a camera to show you. I don't
Perception again. What's perception? Where is it?
That's the thing that helps you understand what's happening in the room.
Well, the first roll was.
I'm guessing I've got none.
Oh, there's a roll, yes indeed. For anybody following on, we're doing some roll 20 rolls since some of us have forgotten where our d20s lie. That was a 5. So, Logan Red Fox, you notice from the other side of the room, standing talking to 12, sorry, okay. Standing talking to Durnan the barman. Durnan himself, local barkeeping legend that each of you know, except for El Krakow. He just seems to be the man with his hand on the pump more than anything else. You don't really know what he does. There seems to be a bit of a hustle and bustle going on. There's one gentleman who seems to be wearing almost pinstripe looking blue leather armour and a crop of grey hair, a human who seems to be looking around going, is anybody here for help? Is anybody here for help? We've got a situation, and he's making his way from table to table. Logan, you seem to notice that he has a rather sizable coin purse attached to his belt.
Being the kind of man I am, I wouldn't even actually notice the coin purse. The moment he says help, I'm already at my feet and saying, how can I help you, citizen?
Oh, not again. We still haven't paid off the last one.
Ah, you! The guy comes towards you. Human, older age, late 40s. It seems to come across and goes, ah, you seem to be the sort that would help out the city guard. We seem to have a situation. Are you for hire?
Say no more. What is the situation?
Oh, well, that was easy. None of these guys wanted to do anything about it.
Say much more. Like what the job is and what the pay is. Ignore my friend here, he's a bit dense.
I'd look over towards the teeth and say, ignore this one, he doesn't speak for me. What seems to be the problem?
I'm going to need another book.
And thus was the campaign of Mark fundamentally smacking people with players' handbooks. As he comes across, he goes, just outside of the town, just outside of Waterdeep, about 2 to 3 miles east of here. Never shouted me. East of here. So coming back to me. There's the tower, the Great Anoray Tower is under attack, it's under siege. And there's not many city guards around, a lot of them have been burned and singed, and we need a set of adventurers to go in and take back control of the tower. It's vitally important to the development of Waterdeep. Can you come and help us? And he turns to you, Damakos, and says, yes, I mean, I've got some gold on me, given to me by the Deputy Towns Guard. I'm more than happy and obliged to give this to anybody who wants to come along.
Hand out for it.
Huh?
Hands out for the money.
Right. Takes off the purse and presents it.
And that's pocketed.
Oh, so can I count you two? There's room in the wagon for maybe for 4 or 5 maybe. Anybody else who you think would be a worthwhile pursuit?
Well, we have our. Do we really need to bring him with us this time?
I'm a bit confused, right? I thought it was just Mark and Nick and each other. Do we all know each other?
The only person you don't
And
know.
apparently we don't know Lavery.
The only person you don't know offhand is Walton Sykes.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, he can handle himself in a fight. We may as well bring him. What about you, Walton? Would you like to help us? Can you help us, actually?
I could do something. I don't. Yeah, okay. Is there somewhere I could put my books? Like, 'cause don't really want to take them in amongst the siege. And...
I'm sure the City Watch here can safely put them in this wagon they're going to transport us in.
Yeah. The space in the wagon. I'll go. You can gather your things. And he turns and runs back towards the door. And the whole time, Dermot's just at the bar with his head looking, just going, "Fuck's sake!" Just watching people come and go.
Okay, I'm not really good close up. I'm okay at range, but I mean, if there's a place where I could put all these, that'd be great.
Shut up about your bucks, man. What's did you?
Okay, let's go.
Get them bucks right. Have you got the bucks? Have you got them there? Have you got them bucks?
Yeah.
Right. Get them away.
It's your turn to babysit Logan.
You don't need any of them bucks where we're going. You need smarts. You're not going to get them in a buck. Tell you that right now. Now, I was listening a wee bit there about what was happening, and something about some money to go and get some water. Now, there's a big leak over there in the river. Why are we going anywhere? We're in the pub already. I'll come with yous.
You know, I'm going to accept the job now. Just
Buff a
to get away from
boost.
him.
So,
I'm coming with yous. Alright?
As Walton, as something that you're not necessarily familiar with, but as you see the sort of birdish figure, small in frame, slighter and smaller than yourself, stand up, in half a second it rattles some of these wings behind them, and there's some people at sounding tables just get slapped in the face. Goes, oh,
So,
sticking those.
sorry about that, pal. It's just I've got to get this coat on.
But as you look at his wings very carefully, you can see that they're kind of not in the best condition. You wouldn't necessarily want to propose flying with these sorts of things, bearing in mind that he absolutely honks like a brewery. But for the sake of brevity, throughout the next 16.5 minutes it takes to get El Krakow towards the front door, you manage to get there, smacking and slapping and spilling every pint that you get on the way out, until eventually you find yourselves standing in front of the wagon with the guardsman at the front. Right, hop on. I've left a spot just there. And he points to the back hatch of the wagon. There's a couple of boards that open up as a bit of a under the floor storage area for some of your books.
Okay. Oh, great. Thank you very much, everyone. Just shove them onto there, right? Oh, okay. I guess we're going. Oh. And just pop onto the back.
Can you give us a hand?
Still going to find a seat furthest away from him.
Give us a hand. Quick.
I've just
Quickly!
I've just got this lovely visual. Each of the three of you looking at him, going, "Yep." Just get in the wagon yourselves.
He's your friend.
Known each other for a year. I didn't know I was going like full junkie on this, by the way.
No.
Until it just came out. So that's it now.
It actually kind of works.
like, see if you're a drunken monk. Cool, I can get behind that. I'm going to stand up on the wagon. I'm not sitting down. I'm going to just point onward. Let's go.
What, 1 foot up on the top? Like, ooh.
Oh, definitely, man.
1 foot up on the lint, actually kicking into the back of the poor driver, going, "Onward!" Going, "Hey, okay, okay."
Hurry, let's go. These people need saved.
And as he lashes the whip, lashes the reins, the two horses themselves start to gather quite a considerable speed, and it's approaching dusk, and the light starts to fade from the sky. You can see people standing all the way back as the wagon starts to roll towards the eastern gate and out towards your destination. It takes you about an hour, solid riding. These are well-built and powerful horses that you're looking at, none of which you'd necessarily seen before. During that time, O'Crackle, you do start to sober up a little bit, and you do start to feel some of the fresh evening air lash against your feathers.
I'm feeling that now, guys. I might have had too much to drink earlier.
Coupled with the fact this wagon is going at miles an hour, going all the way along this road, can you take a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
I'll try, but I can't even find myself. 10 total.
You just about hold it in. Your gag reflex just about stops things from happening, but you do feel a little bit under the weather. So for the next couple of checks, I'm just going to say it's disadvantage for fun.
Thanks.
Gentlemen, as you roll closer, as you crest hill after hill, and you start to get all the way towards Damakos, you see in the distance, although it's dark now, it's getting on about 9-10 o'clock in the evening. You do start to see an eerie looking blue glow that's appearing over the hill, and it starts to form a bit of a dome in a shape. And it's not somewhere that either of the four of you even have been out on this easternmost road. But as you crest a hill and the road turns and pivots and forks back round, you see down below you someone has constructed an old wizard's tower. But this wizard's tower is much bigger than anything that you'd seen previously from that perspective. It's almost observatory sized. It's about 10 or 12 floors high from this distance. You're still a good half a mile away from it. But the thing that catches your eye, Damakos, more than anything else, is there seems to be this kind of arcane bubble of magical energy surrounding the tower in itself. And it almost forms a point at the very top as if streams of magical energy are just flowing up and supporting this structure. As you get closer, you start to notice there's a wagon laying about 400 or 500 meters back from the tower in itself, absolutely riddled with crossbow bolts. And as you start to get closer again, there's a small gathering of 10 or 12 guards, with some of the wagons actually starting to form a little bit of a perimeter line. The guardsman who was carrying you along points down to the ground and says, that gentleman over there, that's the watch commander. You may want to go and have a conversation with him. I think is it 150 gold a head, he said, if you manage to help the guys in the tower here. So thank you very much. Good luck.
I love the thumbs up.
Pencil down.
Luck is for those with less skill than I have.
Can you tell us what is actually besieging the tower?
What is sieging the tower? So perception, I'll tell you what you can see. So you've effectively come to the end of a dirt road, which you would assume used to be part of a kind of small gathering of huts or houses, but over years and time gone by, each of those buildings have become broken down. You know, there's roofs missing, stonework missing. There's nobody living here anymore, with the exception of this tower, which is for the Wizard of Honore.
Okay.
And it's made, typically what you'd seen from castles and stuff built in the past is large clumps of stone with a kind of cement or mortar connecting each of them together in a traditional sense. Where there's cement, it's actually glass that you can see all the way through. And it looks stunning as you get closer and closer to it, but it takes a little bit of the sheen off because you've seen this kind of magical barrier surrounding it, evidently stopping things from entering. The road down to it is just muck and mud. It's been raining ever so slightly, and there's very definitely some form of struggle between the outside forces of the town's guard and whoever's currently occupying the tower.
Okay.
As you walk down the path in itself, there's 4 wagons hitched up on its side. There are no horses connected to them. It's either that the guardsmen have chosen to run them on, but on one side you do start to notice things like some of it's singed canvas. It could be lightning bolts, it could be flame. There's some crossbow bolts and arrows connected to one side, and the guardsmen are very evidently staying back and pushing themselves into a bit of a perimeter. One of the townsmen turns round to you, rather well-built fellow, balding head, blue hair at his back, and the slightest signs, Damakos, of a tiefling, but the smallest kind of horns inlaid into the side of his head that's been there before, and introduces himself and goes, "Ha! Volunteers! My name is Deputy Watch Sergeant Pal Gowl, and this is the Anory Tower. We have a bit of a situation, and we're looking for help."
Sorry, what was his name?
Pal Gowl.
Okay.
Mick disapproves massively.
I love it.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie. I thought you said Pal Girl at first, and I was like, that's an odd name. But I'm just gonna.
That's my accent, babe. Pal Gowl.
Pal
Gowl.
Gowl.
Yep. He walks across to you and he's got a hand on the hilt of a sword that's at his belt, and the other one's on a dagger. He says, "This siege has been going on for the last 3 hours. Best I can tell you is that somebody's wanting to make some sort of nonsense. They broke in there, went straight in the front door, and after about the first 20 minutes, apart from shooting my carriage to Swiss cheese, they've put this arcane bubble around the entire tower. Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. So far."
What about the Wizard of the Tower? Are they currently being held inside, or are they away in other business?
Best we can tell, the wizard himself is in one of the top floors there. He's got a little bit of a workforce that works with him. There's maybe about 15 people in there. Nobody's been in the tower in years. Some people are just straight up afraid of it. And as you turn and kind of glance back and look at it, you can see the tower in itself sways a little bit. Give me an intelligence check. Oops, sorry. No, I need to do this for you.
If it's a Discord, if you trust us, I just need to get the character sheet.
That's fine. I've just rolled a 13 for you, so you can take a 13 or you can roll
15.
whatever you want to do.
Intelligence.
Are we all needing intelligence?
Yes.
All right.
I was going to say the three of them because you're still kind of queasy, so you may not be paying full attention to the tower. But I'll give you that.
I'm a little too busy posing heroically, looking stoic and knowing what I'm doing, so I just rolled an 11.
Okay.
16.
16.
9 for me.
Still feeling queasy. And then Logan Red Fox has
15. If going with your
15.
woman, I can roll.
Okay. Logan and Walton. What you both notice is the tower does lean and move a little bit ever so slightly, and there is a little bit of a wind, but not much of one. There you go. I've just got that roll up now, Bucky. And you're not sure. You've never seen this construction before. As much as each of you understand magics to a degree, and you understand some of the construction that goes into Wizard's Tower and Mage's Towers, this one seems to be a bit of a rarity. You can see torchlight and arcane sparks and things within the tower through the divides between the stone and the brick. And as it goes up and up and up and up, you do start to see just this, as I said, this fountain of arcane energy going up and starting to form the bubble. So it's almost a bubble, but there is very definitely a kind of funnel point at the very top, some 15 floors high.
You know, if I didn't have shite in my wings, I could fly up there and have a look for you, but I can't fly under the influence. I'm sorry, pal. If that is your real name.
Logan, we're putting him in a detox after this.
A long, 6-month long detox.
The worst part, my guy's is bad with alcohol.
If you want to try and fly up there, I mean, by all means go for it, but we've got a bit of a problem trying to get through this bubble.
No, there's a hole in the top. I can see the hole in the top. I've got fucking eyes like a hawk.
Oh, okay. So he kind of looks at you, considers you for a second and goes, "So gentlemen, we had a bit of a plan, which is where I'd sent Deputy Young down to try and find some help. I have a proposal. You're welcome to try any other way to get access into the tower, but ultimately, if you can get in and make sure that Anoray Tower is safe, and we can help get these reprobates out. They claim to be some sort of thieves guild, as if they're after something, but we don't know what's in the tower to steal. All we know is there's 9 people that are dead, and we need to stop this from happening anymore.
See, now my guy's looking really interested because you said thieves guild, and thieves only go after money, so... Yes. Well, for the people, of course, but...
Yes.
Thieves guild, you said.
And this is Mark again, this isn't Damakos.
Yeah, it's like
There's not really much of a difference, to be honest.
Money. Cool. Damakos, as you gaze round and you look to try and see if there's any sort of signs of activities or anything that might interest you, you notice there's a rather sizable battering ram that's being wheeled down the road that you just came from.
Like how these people think.
Walking alongside the battering ram is a dragonborn wearing full plate armour, mighty big swing in his step, and comes down and goes, "Who's in charge here?" And then they proceed to You? I thought it was him. You don't look like a guardsman.
Guardsmen do as they're told. I'm in charge. Hey, guardsman, tell me the plan. I want to check you got what I explained to you. Come on.
Say that again, because your line broke out ever so slightly, I'm sorry to say.
See, I need to check you got the plan after I explained it to him. Come on.
Right, okay. Make a deception check.
I hope you fail.
You're just pissed that I stole that gold off you that time. So, deception's charisma based, so...
I'd like to ask, do I know that Damakos is a thieving bastard in this? If I've been travelled with him.
You've travelled with him long enough, you know what he's like.
Does a 23 work?
A 23.
Oh, this guy gets a fucking 24.
My name's Deputy Chief Dwayne Dingus, and this is my plan. My plan is to take that battering ram there,
aye,
and take those 4 guys in red shirts,
aye,
and ram them at the bubble. And you guys can take the battering ram, and you can ram it at the bubble, or, and he fetches a notepad out, he goes, "We're thinking about going in through the roof, but I don't necessarily see how."
I'm going to look at look at Krakow, look at the skies, look at the hole, look at Krakow. I'm going to take the battering ram.
I'd be kind of pacing back and forward as we're talking, starting to get a bit frustrated, right? Probably it's cheap. We've been talking too much now. We need to get action done. Let's get the ram going.
You can see Pal, who's standing on the other side of this dragonborn, see his hands raised. Yes, yes. Tell him about the other guy. Shut up. There's another guy in there. Somebody who's there to help us.
Oh, good lord, we're working with amateurs now.
Who's the other guy? It's not me, I'm here, by the way, I'm here. It's not me, I'm not in there yet. I can't fly, remember?
Watson, wasn't it? Do you have one of those books handy again?
They're in the cart.
Car.
Cart.
Cart, there you go. No, I mean, listen, we've got another guy in there. He's been keeping in touch with us. I think he's laid off like 3 or 4 of the bad guys. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think he's from Waterdeep, but I think he's from Neverwinter. That's where it must be. He must be from Neverwinter. And you can see him and the Dragonborn start to get into a little bit of an argument, and they start to almost bounce chests off each other and get in each other's faces and headbutt each other almost.
Hey, calm down. It's alright.
Logan,
Is there any way that we could see that, like, is there any way under? Like...
through your investigations and between watching these 2 guys basically doing dick measuring at the side of the road to try and figure out who's in charge, you notice in front of one of the carts there's actually a map or layout of the grounds in itself. It doesn't necessarily show you what's in the towers, but there does seem to be a bit of a... Bucky, I love the fact that you've just pinged me on Discord to say, is this D&D Die Hard?
It's just as you were describing it, I was like, these are the 2 agent guys who are arguing with each other.
Yeah, it's called Strahd, mate.
Can everyone in the stream please be upstanding for Bucky? Just nice big round of applause.
I am bowing. You just can't see me.
40 minutes in. Is this Die Hard, by the way?
I thought I was slow.
I mean, there was a funny comment in the stream. Andrew said, "Is it Monjaclean?" Cha-ching.
So sorry, as you were saying.
As you're standing next to one of these wagons, looking, there's a bit of a torn parchment that's been very evidently, rolled up and then passed around from person to person and ripped. And as you're looking at it, there seems to be a cellar marked on the back of the tower, which could be for access for coal, it could be access for wizarding supplies, you're not entirely sure. But it's something where none of the guys that are standing there have actually considered, is that open? Is that a viable option? Because so far you've got the average intelligence guardsman going,
We'll check it out.
we're going to go up that tower and we're going to go down, but we can't fly, so we're going to go into it. So what they propose is that Team A and Team B go in at the same time to try and get access to the tower, and whoever gets there first.
Well, we Team C.
I think your team wait and see.
With the Suicide Squad done.
I'm not dying for no one. So has anyone noticed the cellar on the map?
Right, guys, just going to swipe the map, grab a hold of the shoulders of the two nearest and start pushing them. I've got to get this gold. Let's move. You two, follow along.
Did you openly just say that?
Yep.
There's citizens that we're saving.
Yes. You can save the citizens, and I'll save the financial wealth so they're not all starving and poor.
Before we go, actually, how do you know the guy on the inside?
Stop talking. I will get the book.
You've been threatened with a book now, this is marvellous.
But how do you know the guy on the inside's a good guy? How do we know that? He might just be a killer like the other people. Know what I mean?
You listen to me, Birdman, Big Dragonborn saying, anytime you want to go home, you consider yourself dismissed and you can fuck off.
That's not on that. That's out of order. I'm just I'm here to save your ass. Remember that? I'll find you.
The man in the that guy that Pal's talking about, he could be a fucking bartender for all we know.
Bartender?
That's it. I'm just going to grab a hold of one of the feathers in his wing and pull. Either come along.
See, while this is going on, can I go towards where the cellar door bit
Going
is?
towards the cellar. We're dragging Bird Boy with us.
Are you just making a beeline straight for it, or making your way around?
I'm just kind of keeping to myself and just going, just kind of thinking, going, right, okay, I'll just go check.
What I'd probably say is between the Birdman and the Dragonborn and the human guardsman just having a little bit of an argument between themselves, I think you kind of go a little bit unnoticed at this stage. Even Logan pacing back and forward has given you enough cover. And Damako standing heroically looking up at this tower going, gold inside, is more than enough for you.
Just
Thank
thinking
you.
of just go.
You got the pose down just right.
Perfect.
That could
So
be a tiefling.
what am I looking at, like entrance wise here?
As you're walking around, the field in itself that you're standing in, effectively it is a field, slowly but surely slopes up, and then after about an incline of about 5 foot, the tower in itself starts to go up, and just looking straight ahead of you is ye old classic double hatch open entrance that is within the bubble. It's probably about 15 to 20 feet back from where the bubble actually is and where it touches. And as you put your hand out towards the bubble in itself, there is a little bit of force there. It pushes you back. It doesn't shock you. It doesn't hurt you or harm you. But you can kind of feel the hair on the back of your hand standing up as you put your hand towards the bubble to try and do something with it.
So see the doors. How inside of the bubble are they? Are they just inside the bubble, or are they quite a bit inside?
They're about 20 feet back from the bubble. So there seems to be this kind of ring and projection of about 20 to 25 feet all around the tower in itself.
Right.
And then these guys on top are actually standing still another 50 to 60 feet further back after that.
Mm-hmm.
There doesn't seem to be any scorched grass, bows, any sort of evidence of a struggle or a fight over on this side. Give me a perception check.
2.
There's a bubble there, and there's nothing else on the ground.
13. I
Are
am
you-
not doing too well on the perception today.
So presently what we've got is everyone seems to be making their way along towards Walton, who's kind of standing there going, bubble.
Okay.
Logan, because of your proximity and because of your want to get in and get stuck in, you can actually hear Dwayne Dingus turning back around, going to the battering ram, rapid speed, and you can see the 4 red shirts running alongside it, hands on the side, ready to run forward.
Oh, if I get enough time to jump on top of it, like Rams. Like
You want-
pointing towards it, man.
You want to jump on top of the battering ram?
No, I'm grabbing hold of him. He's staying here.
Aye, right. How much strength you got, little man?
I'm just reminding you that your place is here with the party, not off playing heroics.
Okay.
That's better. When did I become the voice of reason? I'm a thief.
You didn't. You just became that annoying little ass on my shoulder to tell me what to do. That's right, you're the devil horn person on my shoulder.
So you're going to carry me? Good. I was tired of walking.
Let's go.
Here, Buckman. What have you found here then?
From what I can tell, it's a bubble.
A bubble? That's very
Uh-huh.
nice. You know what they say about bubbles? I don't know, you're the Buckman, you tell me, I don't know.
Oh dear.
It's a nice bubble,
Right.
this. I'm not gonna touch the bubble. I'm gonna
You're gonna
lean
touch the
against
bubble?
I'm gonna lean against the bubble with my big feathery arm.
Roll a strength check for me, please.
Okay.
Well, no, I beg your pardon. It won't be a strength check. It's going to be a dexterity check.
Okay. 23. It was a 19. With +4.
Okay, so as you lean against it, almost trying to lounge against it as if it was a long chafe lounger, just to see exactly what would happen with the curve of the bubble.
Yeah.
It pops and you
Oh
fall to
shite!
the floor. But as you go to fall to the floor, your wings unfurl and turn you from this position to there, and gust up and put you back in your feet again. But you do start to stagger back a wee bit, and then regain your composure.
That's meant that. I meant that. Sorry, I ruined your bubble there, Buckman. I didn't mean that. Honestly, I don't think it was me. It must have been some.
Start walking. Logan, front and center, move.
As the
Because I want to.
As the 4 of you actually turn to the right and look, you actually see that the battering ram has made its way through the bubble almost at the exact same point that El Krakow has leant against it, and is currently churning its way towards the front entrance, a good 50 feet off on the other side of the tower.
I could have been on top of that.
Ross, you're on
Sorry.
your mate.
Sorry. So, from my perspective, I just seen El Krakow pop this bubble from what it looked like. So I'm just like,
You're on
that
2.
was, that
Bjorg is
was,
back. Bjorg is back.
that was amazing. How did you do that?
What you
From-
do,
from-
right, is you lean on it
Uh-huh.
with your elbow, or the bird equivalent of an elbow, and then you pretend it's a wall. 'Cause I was trying to talk to you about something interesting, honestly,
I'm just gonna
and
look at
then,
Logan
and then I
as if,
just I
wow.
fell, and then I had to get myself back up without looking like a tit, and that's what happened, honest.
Don't look like a tit.
That's a prophecy right there, son.
Exciting.
I'm just checking something a wee second.
Yes, we really do have to use these two for the rest of the game as well.
I love it.
I'm just
Well,
checking what.
it's not Bjork 2.
Not quite. So yes, you are now standing 20 feet away from the actual wooden hatches themselves as you see the battering ram go towards it. As each of you consider your options, you look up towards the tower to see what's happening from the top of there, and all of a sudden you just see this red light going.
Well, shit.
As it comes all the way down and all the way down.
Towards where?
Lands completely on top of the battering ram and annihilates it. The 4 red shots running around screaming their heads up, on fire. And from the top of the tower you just hear a booming voice. Hit it again.
I just want to run into these doors and get in.
Okay.
Jesus, run!
Who's that?
From your perspective, Il, that's the bartender that the Dragonborn must have been talking about earlier on. That's who that must be. It's the only thing that makes sense to you.
We've got to go in there, honest. Let's do it. I'm with you, Buckman. Me and you didn't like you at first, but we're a team now. Come on, Damarcus, let's go.
That's how he just ever so slightly mispronounces a name for you as well. Somewhere Mark's just double face palming like this. I've got these two.
That's a good job I don't have a camera because you just predicted it.
Anybody that raises money for Haggis and Dragons is going towards getting you a 1080p camera.
Damar-
You want to see that? You know, fingers in the head just going.
Damarcus, you're not listening to me again. Come on, let's go.
No one would know. Just. Oh, look. No, didn't see him. He was over there.
Gonna
Missed him already.
take my shield and my sword out and charge forward.
That's the spirit, Logan, let's go.
Hands in my pocket, sauntering forward. Just
If you
following
want.
a bunch of lunatics.
If you run, you get away faster.
Can I have a marching order, please?
Meat
Who-
shield in front.
Oh,
Who are you classifying as meat shield?
Logan Redbox.
I looked at the people with the worst health. And the
There we
shield.
go. And the shield.
It looks like Walton's rather eager, so I believe he's second.
Why not?
Okay.
And apparently Krakow's his best friend, so he's following along. And I'm just sauntering out the back as if all the time in the world.
And Damakos, sorry, at the back.
Damarcus, thank you very much.
Clarify it, clear it up, come on, help us out. Is it Damakos or Damakos?
Let's go with Damakos.
Damakos. I'm just going to put capital D, capital A to keep myself right. Damakos. Okay. As you step down, Logan, there are about 20-25 steps, solid stone steps that take you down, and Damakos from the back you can start to see crossbow bolts hitting the now completely destroyed and defunct, complete and utter overkill on top of the battering ram that was there before. The rest of the guardsmen are starting to pull their wagons back ever so surely, another 5 feet, completely ignoring the fact that you guys are entering from the side of the building. As you descend, darkness starts to overtake you. There's no light down here.
Can I cast a spell?
Can you cast a
Just-
spell?
No, you can just keep your damned eyes open and walk.
Oh yeah,
Fault you can't see in the dark.
it is your fault because you should have went first. Now, shut up. I'm going to cast Dancing Lights, which is a cantrip.
Sing lights.
No, it's perfectly fine. Just announce to everybody we're here.
In half a second, lights start to illuminate and glow around about your human friend as the light starts to spread out and present little orbs and reflections of light around glass jars, some mirrors. There's some old rustic looking wooden chests lying along the floor, and the floor in itself is covered in what seems to be a sort of black soot or coal looking sort of substance. As you're walking, you're skiffing it up, and the light dances beautifully with the dust as you just progress forward. There's lots of space either side of you, but the closer you get towards almost what you would classify as being the middle of this room, you can start to see that the things that have been stockpiled have been brought forward and forward and forward, as if somebody's just brought them all the way down the stairs and thrown it in the back of the room and then left from there. But ahead of you, there lies a more narrow staircase, rather than being maybe 10 feet wide. This is about 3 feet wide, single staircase going up towards a wooden door.
No, this is fine, Logan. I was out of curiosity. Did you think of maybe changing our uniforms to red and white concentric circles by any chance?
Did you think about going first because you can see in the dark? No? Didn't? Okay. Go against the door.
This is against the door in Bucky's sense. This isn't against the door in Mick's Gloomhaven sense, where he just opens the door anyway.
Yes, I'll slowly try to open the door and then peek on the other side.
That is how I open doors. The Gloomhaven.
Okay, make a stealth check for me, please. At disadvantage, you're wearing red armor.
Can I just bash through the door? I mean, I know it's a siege operation right now, right? And I'm not really scared about announcing I'm here, so I'm willing to kick the door in the hopes there's a bad guy on the other side and I can knock him out.
This is the first festive thing I'm going to say to you tonight, Bucky. Bash away! Bash away! Bash away!
So yeah, shoulder barge right through the door. Hopefully it is a push and not a pull, because it's going to hurt.
Give me a strength check, please.
2 seconds.
Not Cthulhu dice being rolled, for the benefit of those at home.
Thank you.
So I'm not accused of cheating.
Just wait until Mark's, then you can roll that one for me, please.
Oh, is that what's happening? Okay.
You know, I'll allow it because I'm that good.
12.
You batter into the door, stumble forward a few steps as the door swings completely open and batters against the stone wall on the inside of the now larger room that you're standing in.
The lights kind of follow me as I'm kind of moving, so would it be able to kind of tell me what's inside the room, or?
As far as you can see faint light ahead of you, but this room in itself actually helps you out a little bit because there are suspended pedestal torchlights around the outside of the room, and the room in itself isn't actually, although you understood the tower to be anywhere between 12 and 15 floors high, and they weren't necessarily sure how to explain that to you. And the reason is, as you step into this room, you are standing in the ground floor of the tower as it's typically known, but it's actually 3 floors in itself combined. There is no floor there. It's just so high you can see the stacks of windows against each floor.
Mm-hmm.
There is a huge pine tree in the middle of the room, and there seems to be small boxes collected around the middle of it, some of them wrapped in what looks like brown paper. And there's a fireplace on the opposite end of the room, which is now out and completely ashen. There's no heat from it at all. The room is almost 50 feet by 50 feet in terms of width. It's a huge, huge room, and the whole size of the tower. But as you walk forward, you do feel your foot just kick against something as you look down. There is the body of what looks to be somebody carrying weapons or swords, you're not entirely sure, wearing a white armor top but black trousers and black arms, all leather padded.
I kneel down beside the body, pat down the sides, check the belt, find the coin purse.
Okay. There is a coin purse. It has 4 gold pieces in it.
There was a coin purse.
Yep.
How did you get that far, Demarcus? I mean, you were at the back of the line, am I now?
Do you understand?
Excuse me.
Logan, I understand that these are difficult concepts for you, but these things are called legs. Now, when one moves in a motion and the other then follows it, that's called moving.
Oh, so that's just like these things called fists, where one swings forward and smacks said tiefling in the face.
Look, okay, let's put it this way. You stand here, try to look pretty, and I'll walk ahead, and we might not inform everybody of our presence here before they riddle us with arrows.
Bucky,
Oh,
Bucky, sideboard.
Yeah.
Is this when you asked me about PvP? Is this what you wanted to know about?
yeah.
Right, okay, ta.
Yeah.
It's almost like the... What was that blimmin' game? I can't even remember what it was anymore. The... Shadowrunner?
Shadowrun.
Shadowrun, where it's effectively like 4 or 5 people in a squad walk into a room, they're like, oh, we can just walk around everything else, but as soon as an enemy appears, it's wait! Where are you in initiative order? So once you kicked open that door, he just kind of went, huh, the rules of physics don't apply to me. There's gold there.
That
both
far
of-
behind him, it's like 10 paces.
Both
He's
of you
busy
can...
standing about looking.
So can I just shout out as loud as I can? Come face Logan Red Fox. Your doom is here. Hoping that it's going to echo throughout the tower and announce that the hero is here to clean up.
Okay. You boom away and shout and almost stand there heroically, shield on one side, sword on the other side, maybe even batter them together once and
Exactly.
yell at the top of your lungs just to see exactly what happens.
Oh, I wish I could see Mark's face right now.
Well, I know my character Walton's going to be having some kind of cringy kind of. Let's say.
Can I just double check? Is Walton carrying a stack of books with him, or is he definitely left?
No,
them?
they're all left. They're all left.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
That would look ridiculous.
Okay. What
really do.
Walton and Il Krakow, can I have perception checks from both of you, please? Just the two of you, because the bromance that's forming between Damakos and Logan is just so good that you probably wouldn't even notice anything else happening in the room.
Bromance?
13 for me.
Some- 13 and what?
I'm shanking him.
10.
10, 13. Il Krakow,
Aye.
whilst your two companions are looking at this body on the floor, and Walton is just standing there shaking his head, trying to kind of figure out what the hell's going on, looking around for any sort of signs of life, you notice on the 3rd level there seems to be a bit of a balcony, and just standing there is one individual person with a crop of blonde hair, and next to the Christmas tree are 4 humanoid size. You're not entirely sure. You thought they were mannequins at first, but as you kind of get closer and stagger your way towards them, they look to be very finely dressed clockwork dolls. They've got very veneer-looking faces, almost porcelain, and you can almost see the little joints and gears in some of their parts and bodies, and they're just sort of standing there, hunched over.
Very nice. Alright, big man! Big man! Big man!
The guy,
big man.
the guy looks down and goes, "You are not the police."
No,
Oh, good lord, now what
I'm someone else. Who's asking?
If he goes shoot the class, I'm going to end my turn.
Too soon. Don't peek too early now. You're not policemen.
No, are you?
No, we are from the guild. Are you here to hurt us or help us?
Are you the bartender by any chance?
He just kind of cocks his head and looks at you. And he looks down at you, Logan, and goes, "You're bringing trouble here."
No, you brought the trouble, sir. We are the justice.
You are the justice. There are rules for justice.
At this point, Damocles is literally just sitting there with his head in his hand, sitting just trying to figure out where it all went wrong.
I think my character's.
He just went to a bar to read his book.
I think Walt's trying to figure that out. Like, how did I get here? I just want to be a part of something.
Mum was always saying I shouldn't just read books.
Just
Yes.
gonna.
In a very unsuspected moment, and El Krakow, you see this coming as well. You can take a reflex, a dexterity save at advantage, as something just moves to your right hand side as you walk past one of these clockwork mannequins.
Advantage 22.
Advantage 22. You nimbly and with an amazing gust of quick air stagger yourself on balance to the left, just in time to watch this mannequin go from this position to this position in one of the fastest reflexes you'd seen.
Fuck was that?
The guy on top of the balcony just looks and says, "You are now ready to die. It will be painless."
No, enough. You will speak proper common. Full sentences, apostrophes won't be in place, commas and full stops.
As a sideboard to the four of you, I'm sorry I'm about to do this, but this came to me last night on whiskey. It's too good not to use.
Okay.
So the guy on top of the balcony slings his crossbow over his shoulder that he was holding, that you now see, and his hands go up to the side like this. "Common, is it? Everybody!" And the four mannequins just go, "Yeah!"
Jesus.
Oh shit. The back street's back, alright?
Roll for initiative.
Mark, you made a bit talk common, man. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's not like he understands internal.
10.
4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, aye.
Mark.
Yep. Give me a second. It's plus dexterity, isn't it? So
Yep.
it will be 15.
15. Okay. Just quickly putting this out together, bear with me. So it's going to be Walton and Ill. Pardon me.
Oh, by the way, Paddy, just one quick question.
Yep.
That bag of gold we were getting paid to do this job, how much was in it?
You haven't checked yet.
I was gonna
That's
say,
a good bag.
You mean you might die here, so you might actually not get a chance to count it. As far as you know, you've definitely got 10 on you from that body that you just kind of went, "What is it? Who is it? Never mind, it's got gold." So, at the beginning of the turn, each of the mannequins turn, and El Krakow, you have one of them 10 feet away from you, and they step forward, rush forward, and both of their hands get presented outright to try and grab onto you.
Thought it was a double punch, but go on.
It's a 16 hit your armor class.
Nope.
Nope. So they reach out and grab you, and potentially through old age, potentially through not being used in a number of days, you're not entirely sure, they just miss you, and the hands come together again, and the head just kind of clicks up, and then locks onto you and looks at you again. These things look almost old-fashioned in a way, with long curling wigs and deadpan expressions and faces on. Damakov. Why am I calling you Damakov? Damakos. Damakov sounds like the sort of character you would play anyway. I don't know why you just didn't go with that. Damakos, to your right by about 10 foot on the other corner of the room, you can just hear as one of these mechanical things starts to walk its way towards you and picks its hand up and throws a dagger towards you.
I'm gonna catch the dagger.
Does an 11 do anything for your armor class? Paddy's changing to Cthulhu dice now.
No, it does not.
Okay, it's fine. It's a dagger whizzes past your head
I'm
as
gonna catch it.
you want to catch it.
I'm gonna catch the dagger.
oh man, this is gonna go bad.
Okay, dexterity save at disadvantage.
Because it's a knife coming at you.
The dagger that was missing you by 6 or 7 feet.
Oh.
No, I don't think I'm going to roll much worse than that, but
Nice.
Well,
to
if
be
it
fancy.
was a crit fail, it would be something a whole lot worse.
That would have been beautiful as well.
Was that a one you got a minute ago, Mark?
Did
Yep.
you roll the 1?
Oh,
You
yeah.
rolled the 1, so it was a crit fail. Okay, so
Right.
what
just a second.
conceptually
Be right back. Sorry.
Okay, so
That's
for
alright,
everyone
just
else, he's just off. He's decided, I'm actually going to physically go and catch that dagger. So as he reaches out and tries to grab for it, those of you who aren't as far removed and as half sober as your bird friend, look and see the tiefling reach out and grab, and as he attempts to do so and grab it with his hand, the dagger actually sticks in his arm there. He takes 2 points of damage.
Classic darts move, that one, isn't it?
Alright, that's it.
And have you seen the way he judges me as well?
I mean, we all do.
Judges me like I'm the idiot, and he goes
Try to catch
7 foot out of his way to be stabbed. When he could have just went, alright, you missed.
I'd like to also point out, where was that super speed where he was getting the gold to grabbing that dagger?
He probably thought it was worth money, that's why he went for it.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's shiny, I'll take that.
Okay, I'm back. So, did I lose an eye?
As you reached out to try and grab the dagger in the most heroic looking pose, still, part of the reason why you get a crit fail is because you had your left hand still on your hip, trying to grab it like that, and the dagger actually embedded itself in your arm. You took 2 points of damage. I mean, if anything, the blood that's actually dripping out of you matches the same colour as your gown, so it looks fashionable.
Thing looks fashionable on me.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
even the narcissism.
Some of those make it look good.
Pretty
Did that look good, Paddy?
It looked fantastic.
good.
It looked
I need to work on my
fantastic.
gear from it.
Honest.
It looked lovely. The other two mechanisms, as you turn and face one to each of you, Logan and Walton, they start to make their way towards you. They throw daggers themselves, and all of them miss you instantly. They are now 10 foot away from each of you individually, as they've closed themselves from the corner of the room to come together. You're effectively the Christmas tree is effectively between each of the four of you, although not necessarily in the middle of the room, and the room in itself is still quite expansive. As you gaze up in the corner of your eye, the blonde-haired guy in the balcony is still just standing there with his arms crossed at his side, looking down, just watching what happens with each of you. Initiative order goes to Damakos.
Damakos.
Who appears to be frozen in time.
Mark.
As he's the other end of the room, Logan.
Let's do this. Just gonna charge forward and slash the thing with my longsword. So like,
There we go.
run like with my shield up, and then just right hand. Yeah. Let's see.
Have you got? Do you know how to do it in roll 20? Or do you want me to roll for you?
Yeah, wait a minute. Just was looking to see what the thing was.
Mhm.
To hit is that. Ah, damn it! I said I knew how to do this.
Yep. I'm going to take a d20. I'm going to roll it for you and add 6.
17 for me, Hitman.
I would have got you 16. 17. There it is. That hits. So your sword comes down, clatters into the mechanical figure in front of you.
Sweet. So that's 1d8 plus 4.
Yeah, if you're using it one-handed. Yep. Just a standard longsword, isn't it?
Yeah. 12 damage. Oh, max damage, man.
As you bring the sword all the way down, and it actually cuts into the first shoulder section, and you can feel the gears kind of jittering against your blade as you push down, and the mechanical suit falls to the ground. Still ticking, but completely broken and dishevelled.
Just kind
A
of
mighty blow.
crack my neck and look up at the blonde guy. That's right.
Don't say it. Next in turn. Are you back?
I'm not.
There you are. There. Have a go. Not that you're in direct competition with Logan, who just completely decimated his in one go.
You can't tell, but I'm giving myself a pedicure right now.
Goodness.
Damikos, you have 15 feet away from you is one of these clockwork constructs who has thrown a dagger at you and is just sitting looking at you. The dagger is still stuck into your forearm.
Can he still use that arm?
It's not stopped him before. Might hurt a bit.
Yeah. I'm just going to draw the longsword out. Walk over and give it a nice big swing at the head. Nice and calm.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Charisma, because it's my blended weapon, so... $16.
In the same way as your dearest travelling companion had just done the exact same work, except without a shield in your hand this time, you lean all the way back, still with your left hand attached to your hip, and bring it down, dagger attached to your forearm, you connect with the clockwork construction. Roll for damage.
Hold on, I'll figure out how much this is again. Longsword.
D10. No, sorry, D8, sorry.
Yeah. Two-handed, it would be D10.
As he's imposing modern
I'm doing
action,
it.
it's a D8.
It's 1d8. You only use two hands when you're desperate.
As a life lesson, folks, only use two hands when you're desperate. That life advice may have come from Paddy, it may have come from Mark, it may have come from Krusk. We are cross-platform after all. Damage, please.
I'm working that
That was
out.
something I never thought I'd invite ever. How much damage did you do?
Um,
It should be on your character sheet, man. 1d8 plus whatever your strength modifier is.
yep.
Which is a -2.
Oh dear.
It's my charisma modifier. I'm a hexblade, remember?
Ah, yes.
So it's plus
Use
7.
that for damage or just attack?
Attack and damage.
Okay.
So let me check, double check. I'm sure.
Is it for spells?
Touch weapon you're proficient lacks blah blah. When you attack with that weapon, you can use your charisma modifier instead of strength or dexterity for the attack and damage rolls.
Okay, so +5. A D8.
Plus 5. Okay. That's plus 6 effect. That's too much. Oh shite! I don't want to finish off too much. 6 damage.
So in the true sense, you bring your longsword down, and the top end of the sword glances and strikes all the way down the clockwork construction, ripping some of the clothes that it was wearing or had on it previously, and some of the gear start to chip away and chunk away as it hunches down a little bit. Goes down to one knee, still operating, still ticking, and it slowly just...
What I've done is far worse than destroy it. I've made it look ugly.
Yes. Yes, you have.
Person there.
Next to go, El Crackle.
Alright, mate, what's happening?
The moment you've been waiting for.
So I've got a guy near me, haven't I?
Yes. The guy who's just swiped at you, so he's within
Yeah.
within striking distance.
So I'm going to be going with punching and
As a
kicking.
monk. Yep.
Yeah. So punching, I think I get flurry of blows.
You can use your key point.
I can use a key point. Now, with my unarmed strike, do I get to use that twice, or is that just a flurry of blows that I can do that with?
Flurry of blows means twice, I believe, at your level. Let me just double check.
But if I'm not using a flurry of blows, will that automatically do that?
Then it's just once. You have to use your key point. That's where the monk is strongest. Because you're using your key points for stuff to help you hit again and again and again.
Okay. Now this one is unarmed strike, and that's fine. Okay. So it's a 6 to hit, I think. Is that right? Do I need to do anything else?
So you're not using your flurry of blows, no?
No, just one strike first. Instead of weapon, use that.
So the way that it would work, just to make sure you're aware, because I know that you've not played a monk before, is After you take your attack action on your turn, you can spend a key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Okay. I'll see how the first one goes. So do I need to do any checks or anything, or I'm just hitting?
Roll to hit, so it's a d20 plus your proficiency.
Okay.
For you, dexterity
20.
plus 2. 20 to hit.
20 total, yeah.
Bring your fists down and connect straight with the side of the clockwork contraption.
Ew.
Its head actually does a 360 degree spin as
Okay.
you connect with it. Roll for damage.
Slip. 7 bludgeoning damage.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. I think that's total as well.
Okay. As you smack it in the side, its head not only goes 360, it goes 360 and 360 and 360 until it pops off the top of its socket, drops to the floor, and the body just goes and collapses down underneath it as well.
Perfect.
As you yourself 360 up in a gust of wind and drop back down in a fine point, and then stumble back over again.
And scene.
Walton.
Okay, so do I see the one that Demakos just ripped apart? Is
There
that
is.
one?
There is one 15 feet to your left side, and it would be like the southwest corner of the room if you're looking up at the balcony and call that true north. And Damakos is to your right, about 20-30 feet away, and he's standing locked in combat with this thing that's there. So it's technically, you can see it, you can see where his sword has then met it, and you can see the other one, Unobtruce, who has thrown a dagger at you that missed completely.
Okay, I'll go for the one that's threw the dagger at me. I'll go for an Eldritch Blast against that one.
Oh, welcome, Warlock.
Big surprise.
Do your thing.
Alright, fucking old Buckworm here comes in and now he's trying to show off.
Just going to show the Warlock how to do it.
Ranged spell attack. Yep. Just take your d20 and add your
I
proficiency.
remember this moment.
Proficiency. Okay. Okay. 12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
Through a purple light that ascends up in your chest, and you start casting towards it. This purple, pink, and black blast goes launching itself towards this contraption. Sips by it.
Ah. Okay.
Probably crapped its pants though.
If it had a heart. At the top of the round, you start to hear as those of you not locked in combat turn round and notice this blonde-haired guy who's been tipped over the balcony and is making his descent down the 3 floors and splats on the floor, about 20 foot ahead of Yellcrackle. Dead. As you glance quickly back up at the banister, you can see what looks like the tail of something just swish away and just go into the shadows.
Who's the bad guy? Is he dead or a vegetable, by the way?
Good lord. The 2 remaining constructs, one is attacking you, Damakos, who just takes the edge of his hand and tries to chop you across the face with it. Does an 18 hit you?
It does.
It does. Take 3 points of physical damage. Bludgeoning damage, sorry. Cthulhu.
So I'm just left at Mick.
It's getting serious. They
I
have
just-
tried to
I just
damage
Kobe'd
me.
it.
Mess up
Kobe.
my hair.
That was down across your beautiful locks and your face and your chest. And it just looks at you, just bleared expression. And the second one is going to be stumbling its way towards you to try and do the similar thing, Walton, as it takes a couple of steps forward, raises its hands, and...
Slip.
One! No! Swings at you clearly bewildered by the blast that came out of you previously, thinking, how the hell did that come out of him? Swung straight past you and staggers a couple of feet, so effectively you're now facing its back. Damarcus.
Get the clockwork key, man. Just turn it so that it just starts walking forward.
Damarcus, your move.
Let's just make another attack.
The warlock's attacking with the sword. Anyone else take?
How's his arm, by the way?
Oh, this warlock's all about melee.
Yeah, but what about your arm with a hole in it?
Wait, that's the wrong place. I can't take that.
Here we go. Mark just suddenly puts roll 1d20 in some other person's Discord group.
Does a 10 hit?
A 10. So you pull the sword back out and try to reach for it, and you completely misjudge the distance. Swing and a miss.
Yep, those 5s are cursed. I'm having a good day.
You put. I would even say, is it not just physical dice better? But there we go. Happy birthday.
They are, but they're all in the other. They're all in the other room. And no.
You should be using a D&D Beyond interactive thing.
Look at him. He went from our merchandising straight into the D&D pushing. The D&D Beyond push. I like that. Well done. Lord. Logan.
Right, so
your warlock buddy over there is failing to take down the thing you took in one blow, and your other warlock buddy who just used one of his spell slots completely missed.
So just across, is there a way to start heading up? Because I mean, I want to go take out Mr. Leader guy before he brings in more Backstreet Boys.
You may have missed that. Mr. Backstreet Boy's blonde hair has been tipped across the balcony, and
I thought there was 2. Oh, sorry. Okay, right. Okay.
No.
you did see what looked like the tail of something swish away and run away past. But that's 3 feet up. It's very difficult to get a steer. But you did definitely hear the scream. You turned and glanced quickly, and it's just him going.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to go help Walton then, partially because I feel bad that I brought this guy who just was out for a nice wee reading a pint, and he's getting attacked by balls. I'd shout, "Hang on, Walton, I'm coming!" Charge towards it and try to slash it.
You can make it there within your move rate. You can get up close next to this thing if you so chose.
$14 to hit.
And for the second time consecutively, keeping up your 100% hit rate. Bury your sword into the top of this thing's head, just through sheer momentum, as the thing is actually staggering its way towards you after its critical miss just seconds before. Roll for damage.
Hang on, I rolled the wrong thing.
That's a D20. You don't have that damage.
9.
9.
9 damage, man.
Bring the sword straight the way down through its head. Gear after gear after gear, all the way down until the thing effectively breaks into 2 parts. From the top half, and the second half where its legs are all connected up just falls backwards and down.
Just kind of slowly turn to Walton and give him the thumbs up behind the shield. Good job trapping it.
Thank you so much.
It's almost that one cheesy. It's that one cheesy moment from Rambo. It's that one cheesy moment from Rambo when everybody's dead. He turns around and goes, "It's off again." Ill.
That's shocking, by the way, Logan. That was someone's Christmas present and you've ruined it now. That's a shame, that. But it's, see that? No, I didn't. I just slapped it because it tried to hit me back, so I'm just trying to slap it away. And honestly, I didn't break it on purpose or anything. You did.
Is it still
I think it would be quite like it if you spent your entire 6 seconds of combat just going, listen, by the way. By the way.
I see, the thing is, right, I'm doing what my boy Demarcus would do. I'm gonna nick stuff off that flattened vegetable off the floor. That blonde vegetable thing. I'm gonna loot. Rallin Lichtman.
Okay. So as you make your way towards, and it's the body, human body, blonde hair, blue eyes, wearing glasses, with seems to be a bit of a message pinned to his chest with a crossbow bolt, a parchment. It says, "Now I have a crossbow." Ha ha ha.
Oh, it's a message down here for you, by the way, Bookman. I can't read it. What's it say?
Ho ho ho! Now I have a crossbow.
Ha ha ha.
Oh
Ha.
ha ha ha! Well, ho 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 would have worked. Ho ho ho! Now I have a crossbow.
Oh damn it! I missed out.
But that's a lie actually, because he doesn't have a crossbow.
I'm just kind of walking around, just ignoring him. Just like, oh, okay, good. Right, have a good night, mate.
Has he got any money on him or anything?
There is the only things that are on this body or attached to this body is the parchment sheet of paper with the writing on it, and the crossbow bolt sticking it to his leather jerkin.
Right, I'm gonna.
The jerkin itself is a little bit tattered. Everything else is gone. There's no coin pouch. There's no quiver with.
So
bolts in
is
it,
he
there's
just
no
splattered
crossbow.
on the floor?
Aye, he's not looking so good.
Alright, I'm gonna take some brain matter and pick it up for Demarcus.
Okay.
Excuse me?
You always take stuff off the people. He hasn't got any money, so I thought I'd give you the best thing, his mind.
Walton, anything you'd like to do on your turn whilst on the other side of the room? You just have this constant struggle between Demarcus and the one remaining construct.
Honestly.
The one remaining construct.
They're locked in an eternal struggle here between the two of them of what? Ow!
Sounds like
How far away am I? How far away am I from?
You're about 25 feet away now, so effectively 10 foot ahead and to the left is where the tree is standing with some of the boxes middle of the floor, then another 15 foot further beyond that, so you can just see them kind of across the side of the tree if you like. You can just see this struggle going back and forward. You've got line of sight of them.
Okay. I'll try and hit the clockwork person with an Eldritch Blast.
I'm just going to double check how many spell slots you've got. But that's absolutely fine. I think you should at least be able to do that twice.
He's get. Wait, Eldritch Blast is a cantrip. He can keep using that. I think.
Cantrip! Right. Player's handbook just get yeeted across the couch. Cool. Crack on. Why did I forget that? What's wrong with me? Right. Range spell attack, please. D20 plus your proficiency.
You got this, man.
A 4. At this most wonderful time of the year, there's nothing quite like being a guardsman on the outside of the tower, wondering what happened to the strike team that they sent inside to wheel out the terrorists. And through the lovely glass panelling between all the stones and bricks, they get to see beautiful jets of purple and pink and black as they careen and fly and move. It looks wonderful and magical. Miss.
Yeah.
It's all part of the plan.
The construct.
My
the construct at the
character's
top of
not
the
an adventurer.
The construct at the start of the round tries to grapple you. 16.
Yep.
Not you.
Oh, sorry.
Marcos tries to give him a big festive hug. 16 do it.
16 should do it.
Okay. So you are now grappled and you take 2 further points of physical damage.
This is starting to hurt. Do not believe we got a medic. This could come back to bite us in the ass.
Can't believe
How
you're
does that
getting
mean
beat up by a doll, man.
Episode 0.
Oh, for being so gung ho.
Logan, can you fix it and sort it, or are you walking away?
I'll fix it.
Okay.
Right, Mark. That
Should be back now.
Okay.
Should be better
So-
than ever, to be honest.
So, Logan, what are you doing this turn?
I'm still going to be standing beside, like, kind of Walton, just in case anything bad happens. I'm kind of worried about the wee guy, you know.
Oh, that's cute.
So I'm going to take my sword with its scabbard. I'm going to hold my hand out towards the clockwork thing holding Demacus, and
Yep.
I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Ooh.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Classic move. Classic move.
Range spell attack.
Yeah. +4. Might not be good, Mark. 11 to hit.
Okay, what make a dexterity saving throw?
Mark, you can
Oh, if I just something that's going to be a disadvantage, here, let me do it for you.
do it, Mark.
You know what, Paddy, you just roll the dice, okay?
13, you dodge. So, as you are now locked in almost like a waltz kind of looking situation going on here, you can't bring your sword down on it, you can't get away from the thing, and now a firebolt whizzes past you and lights up the night.
Distracted it for you, buddy.
Ill.
This is not the best Tuesday.
Aye.
Ill, what you've got here, all your magic users can't seem to hit shit. And the tiefling is dancing with the other construct.
Can we honestly just get over this or something? This is out of order. You're meant to be the leader here, Damarcus, and you've fucked everything up to... I've done more than you and I just slapped the guy away from me. So, gonna hurry the fuck up? Do you need my help or something? How far away is he?
30 feet. Well within your range because you've got a speed of 35.
Fucking... Here, mate, watch this. Watch this shite. Let's go for it. Unarmed Strike again. 26. Fucking hell.
26.
Yep, so that was a nat 20.
Nat 20!
Yep.
What does it look? What does it look like when you smash this thing up?
So I don't even get to hit it for damage.
1 hit point left.
Well, I've hit it. I did damage and I got 8 damage. So I'm just gonna do the slip. Get your fuck. Let's go. So it's more of a fucking stop playing with your food. Let's go. No, you'd slap a child's hand off a like electric fence like just before he touches it. That's what I'm doing. Just get out of here. We've got to go upstairs. Get our thingy with the tail and that.
And as you stumble your way along, trying to keep your balance, almost like the off-center, off-balance drunken man run of like that, and trying to pull yourself back up again, just in time to go, no! And the clockwork construction, its body, head and legs yeet in that direction, and its arms are still attached to Damarcus's forearms.
Get out of here now, come on, let's do this. You're faffing about here. I've been waiting for ages for you to hurry up, thinking you'd actually do something, but you're not. I'm the leader now, let's go.
Can't argue with that. Let's go.
Nobody would blame me. No one would blame me. Just
Nobody would blame you.
Terrified at the thought of that. I'm the leader now.
If I was you, Damarcus, I'd be ashamed of myself. I've shown you up twice. Actually, I've done fucking everything. I got us in the building.
I'm good.
This is now bragging rights on episode 0.
Yeah. I mean, I've...
Bucky's got a body count of 2 and 0.
Same with me, just slapped 2 of them out the way. Not even trying. And Damarcus, I can do everything, is actually I can do nothing.
I can talk fancy.
Yeah. I've actually stole some money twice, so that's fine.
Somewhere he's raging.
Oh, I'm not going to live this down. I guarantee
Mark
there's going to be
Smith.
episodes of me where I just shit it.
As in Mark Smith, the 36th or 37th or 38th level barbarian, is in an actual rage now.
37, you cheeky old git.
37, there you go.
37.
He gets to
than a
keep
lot of you.
he gets to keep rage for half a year now. So, constructions have been ceased and destroyed. You can hear some noises
Nice.
upstairs. You can hear The zapping of spells, the twanging of crossbows is very, very evident. You can hear some noises and yelling and bawling back and forth.
Yeah.
You can also hear the smashing of glass.
I'm just looking at the dagger in my arm, trying to work out, is this worth the money we're getting paid or not?
I'm taking your share.
To the northwestern corner of the room, there is a wrought iron spiral staircase going up that's black and sort of hidden to the back of the room. That goes up 3 floors and then connects with a part of the wall that looks like it recedes in, and you almost walk inside the wall to get to where the balcony was upstairs, and then a corridor that allows you to walk further than that beyond and out of sight. For the sake of brevity, you make your way up that staircase along the banister and begin to make your way up.
Sorry, just for the sake of brevity, you make your way up there. My character's just like, he's a victim of circumstance. He keeps wondering, what am I doing here? And you go like that, you make your way up there, and I'm like,
okay.
What else are you going to do now? Sit by your Christmas tree and hoping Father Christmas is going to be nice to you?
It keeps happening. Anyway, sorry, go on.
I also love the idea of the fact that it's just going to yeah, I'll do it, that's fine, knowledge and experience and gold, but you've not actually been paid because Damocos has got all the coins.
It's just the most passive character, just like, oh, okay, fine. Like,
You're not that passive.
Sorry.
As you progress along, Walton, can you make a perception check, please? Could you feel something, a gust of wind, something that's not quite right for walking along a corridor that is stone corridor, roof and sides?
16.
16. You stop and pause, because along the left wall there is very definitely a breeze, and something doesn't feel quite right. As you run your hand along the wall, you actually start to feel a little bit of a recess, and the same thing with the bubble before, where you kind of have to go, what the fuck is that? Mm-hmm. And you put your hand on it, the wall pushes back, and then slides like a really tacky IKEA wardrobe.
Ooh.
To reveal a staircase going down, and there seems to be an orange hue coming up from the tunnel below, a spiral staircase.
Okay.
There's a gust of air approaching you from downstairs.
Everyone, I've found a staircase.
No, we just came up the stairs. Buckman, what's happening?
Well, it just, I don't know, I thought we could maybe check it out. If you don't want to do that, then that's fine, but I just thought, I found something.
Lead the way then, eh?
Lead the way.
Aye, big man. It's time you step up to the plate. I can't do this, I'm serious.
Oh, how far? How far down are we talking, Paddy?
You can see about 10 to 15 feet down. There is light down there, so it's effectively you can see as the corner comes around. You can see all the way down, and you can see the sort of middle column or section that's there that just allows the stairs to wind round and down it.
Okay.
But unlike the previous one that was wrought iron that you could walk up, that was a bit of an intricate design around the outsides, this one is just like the descent through a kind of castle tower dungeon down. It's all stone walled and stoned in.
Okay. Oh, okay then. I'll head down. Okay, fine. I'll lead the way.
Cool. Okay. The passageway itself is only about 5 or 6 foot wide, and as you go forward, you find after about walking for 30 or 40 seconds, it comes to an abrupt stop, and there seems to be a little bit of a shelf with an alcove there. And as you look and put your hand on it again, a bit of a visage disappears, and there's a small chest.
Okay, I'll open the chest.
Okay.
We're gonna explode.
You open the chest
It's
and
a
inside of it.
I don't trust this guy.
You open the chest and no.
Game over.
Not again, fucking hell. You open the chest and inside of it are 3 intricately laid eggs with floral designs on them. Some of them are green, white. One of them's got a picture of a bunny on it. One of them's got a picture of a carrot on
it. Has anybody followed me at all?
Yep. Il is standing about 5 or 6 feet behind you, and as you stop, because he doesn't see the bend, and he kind of stumbles into you a little bit, goes.
What have you
As does
found
everyone
here?
else.
Eggs. It looks like. Do you want to see?
I'm not hungry today, but I'll have a swatch. Let's have a look at it. Which one's your favourite?
I like the one with the rabbit.
I'll have that one then. And I just take it. It's alright, I've ate rabbits before, I'm a professional.
There's 2 more remaining in this chest.
I'd probably be watching the top of the stairs when they went down, just in case we ran down after them.
Okay. And where is Damakos?
Surprised he's not there. There's a chest.
Really considering looking, just walking back out, but I'm just following along this now, contemplating this knife and marrow and figuring out how much more I need to get paid for this to be worthwhile.
Some eggs down here.
Well, look like I want dinner.
I think we've got enough of Ross's funny point before he's going to be gone in a second.
Jesus. I'm just enjoying There's some eggs in me. Junkie bird.
Junkie bird who's just stolen one of your Easter eggs.
I didn't even mean that.
No, the Marcos is just going to turn around and start heading back up the spiral staircase. He's like, no, let's just get this over with.
Back up the spiral staircases.
I'll just take the 2 remaining eggs and we'll just head back up.
That's fine.
That's brilliant.
Carry on.
Okay. Damakos, with you stubbornly just kind of walking ahead, trying to figure out the fastest path to gold, the end of the corridor presents itself in a 10 foot by 10 foot wide stone area that's all completely smooth. And then there's no other stairs or things to go up, it's just a round room in itself. And there seems to be some kind of dwarven looking runes. Do you speak dwarven?
I speak dwarf.
I don't speak it, but I have the funny little trait that means I can read all writing.
Okay. The dwarven runes say top, middle, or bottom. And the bottom one doesn't really have a glow to it. The top and the middle one seem to have a little bit of a faint green glow to them. I think I'm killing Ross with all these references here.
Oh, God.
Top, middle, or bottom? Where do you want to go?
You know what? We're just going to hit the middle button.
Middle button.
Just standing there completely and utterly done with this.
As the other guys catch up to you, Walton, just at the last second you lose your footing a little bit and you just step onto this platform as the whole thing just goes vroom, and then just starts to lift up and up, and you actually scrape your back up against the stone roof that's coming all the way down, or the stone wall that's coming all the way down. Nothing too damaging, but something that just kind of caught you at the last second. But you suddenly realise one of your eggs was in your pocket, and you can just see the yolk staining down the wall.
Oh no! Just gonna take the other half of the egg and just gonna drain it. Oh no!
Oh, my CP came it with. Oh, my reading glasses were in there.
As you come up and the platform itself settles, one of the entire wall sections on one side opens up. It progresses itself down, and there seems to be unusual stuffed porcelain dolls, bears. Some of them are wearing bright reds and green colours, and a large roll of duct tape, which somebody has very clearly torn. There seems to be a trail of blood leading ahead that's about 20 feet away before it turns a corner. And you can hear some action, some clangs of swords and some bangs. The corridor is very dark.
Well, are you going or not?
Me?
Looking at Logan there with that question and eyebrows. What else is he here for?
Shake my head, see I can't see the dark. Don't want to give away our position, remember? You go.
With
The
this, he just starts walking down it.
The
Just
corridor's
walking-
about 15 feet wide, so it's up to you if you want to crack on yourself or two abreast or whatever you choose to do.
I'll walk behind.
Marcos is just walking straight down.
I'm gonna grab a bear from the shelf as I'm walking by.
Thought
Just
you meant.
that walk of somebody who's so far past caring anymore. An arrow comes, it can take its chances. Just walking straight down.
I can take its chances, or you can take a chance and see if it takes you.
Oh, that arrow's taking its chances right now.
As you come down, you can start to hear some voices that are raised. You can hear, "Who the hell do you think you are? Just another guardsman." And you start to hear some other voices. And as you come around the corner, you can actually see at the very end of the tower, where there once was a large open window, just all glass that's completely shattered, and the blood trail stops just ahead of you. Damakos and Logan, can you both give me stealth checks, please? Disadvantage, Logan. Sorry. Chainmail and a shield, clang, clang, clang.
It's okay, he's in front of me.
The shimmy of chainmail. If anything, he'll get spotted first. That's fine.
Come on, baby.
16.
That's my first one.
Why are you crying?
What did you actually roll?
So
You rolled a 5.
5. I do love 5. It's a great number, don't you think?
Starting to lose his appeal with the number of them I've rolled today, actually.
So, as you're kind of spaced out and walking along this corridor, Damakos has got the common sense to stop and look and just have a kind of observant conversation. Damakos, in the room itself, there seems to be some boxes that are lying open that have some goods in them. You can see some sword hilts. You can see some fletches of a crossbow or a few things popping out of them. Some look to be in pretty good condition. And some gold and valuable items other than that, silver chalices and so on, just stuffed into boxes and bags. The 2 figures that are actually standing, or 3 figures actually standing at the window, seems to be a Dragonborn who's standing there with a crossbow aimed at a tiefling, almost midnight black tiefling with a tail just occasionally swishing back and forth, who's also standing with a crossbow at odds at each other, trying to figure out which way they're going to go, what they're going to do here. And as they see you, they both turn and fire their bolts off at you. Roll for initiative.
Duties.
Roll for initiative one last time.
All of us? Or just them two?
It'll be all of you, because effectively you're all in combat now.
Okay.
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Wow. 4.
7.
4.
Okay.
Mark, you want to go first?
So,
Yes.
Damakos, does a 16 hit your armor class?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, you're getting it. Oh. You take 6 piercing damage from a crossbow bolt. Embeds itself in your upper chest. The figure who's fired it ducks behind the box.
Just gonna stand there and look at it and myself now as if, really? Really? Which one of them was it that shot me?
I want names. I want badge numbers.
No one makes me bleed my own blood. Another reference for you, Ross. I'm really sorry. The Dragonborn who's fired that bolt ducks behind a box and just kind of looks back out again as you can see them start to reload. The human standing on the other side has, as much as you weren't necessarily paying as much attention before, has a bit of a human shield situation going on with a kind of slender looking dwarf. It's holding a dagger at her throat. Come no closer, come no closer, I warn you, I warn you. The tiefling who's standing on the other side has now fired across his crossbow and has completely missed the guy in front as well.
Who's next?
It will now be Ill.
Right.
Ill, you've got a little bit of ground to make up, because these guys can see what's happening. They're standing 30 feet away from the action. You can hear the twangs of crossbow bolts and yelling and bawling.
Okay. I'm gonna walk into frame. Well, yeah, enough so I can see what's going on.
Okay.
When I see the tiefling with the crossbow.
Mhm.
You ready? Here, that was you threw the guy off the thingy, wasn't it? That was quite funny, but that nearly landed on me by the way I sit of order. Now I need to know something. Are you the bad guy? Or are you the bartender?
It's almost in that second of disbelief as he ducks behind the crate of swords and he just kind of looks at you like, the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, you better answer me.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Sure.
For in the time that you walk around the corner, almost with your arms open, gesturing to this guy, pleading to him, talking to him.
14.
The figure with the dagger standing at the window, looking quite menacing, has turned the dagger towards you and has sent a bolt towards you. What was your result?
14.
14. And you manage just to dodge out the way as a firebolt whizzes itself past your head.
Fuck are you playing at? Trying to have a conversation here with the guy, and you're fucking.
Damocos, please add some element of levity to the situation.
How far away from me is this Dragonborn who likes to shoot arrows?
You're about 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Effectively, you're still at the corner looking down into the room in itself, so you're kind of half shielded by a wall, if you like, on that junction, and they're actually crouched down behind a box, so they're behind kind of 50% cover. "30 feet away. For those of you following on at home, this is the part where Mark checks his spell books to see what he can do.
Right.
He's going to come back to Eldritch Blast.
No. I'm going to start walking towards this displeasing individual.
Okay.
Ask him exactly why he's shooting arrows at me. Of course, I'm also doing little wibbly things with my hands because spells.
Because spells. So as you move your way from the corner, just casually as you like, walking towards him.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll just bring up the spell for you.
Waiting with great anticipation.
There we
I think
are.
even Logan's kind of looking at it going, "The f you doing?"
I know what I'm doing.
Just going to reach, point out to him. Who do you think you are shooting this pointy ass shit at me? And use chill touch.
Chill touch. Okay.
Do you like poke him in the chest as you're doing it?
Yep, right up to him. Just keep pointing at him and nice little hand gesture to, make sure the point gets across to him that I'm slightly displeased at this bullshit. Alright, how do I cast spells again?
Range spell attack.
1d20 plus 20.
D20 plus. Yeah.
Plus 20.
No.
Yes.
I mean, he might need it. If the last combat's anything to go by. For those of you watching along, this is episode 0. Imagine what happens in episode 1. Mark finds he's holding his sword the wrong way around.
How does a 24 do?
24. So as you walk all your way towards, filled with the arrogance, the narcissism, and the downright anger of what happened downstairs and being shot at just now, still with a bolt in your chest, you casting your hands forward, and a ghost-like visage of a hand reaches all the way out, touches this target.
Fuck off. Sorry, excuse me. That was...
And almost at the last minute, for some reason, you decide to change it from this kind of pointed ghoul touch to this kind of just delicate caress, just enough that you can see a little frosted chill mark appearing on the jawline.
That is the 4th natural one I rolled today.
Thank you for using Roll20 Dice Roller. Or Discord Dice Roller even.
4 of them. 3 of them in a row.
Logan, can you do any better?
I'm going to try.
I don't want to set the bar too high for you here, but if you can't do better than that, we should just go home.
I mean, Logan, to be fair, he did walk all the way up in the middle of combat, point at him, and then touch him with his chilled hand.
Still not received an answer yet to why he's shooting this shit at me. I feel that this is something that we should discuss first.
He's not responding.
So I've seen that. I've seen that it doesn't seem to have affected him, and he's a dragonborn, so that's a scary sight, you know. So as I start to move towards him, think about that scene in Pulp Fiction when Bruce Willis has the sword and just 2 hands slashes the gimp. I am going to run up and slash him with my sword using 2 hands.
Okay. Highlight of the night might just be Bucky goes 3 for 3. Swing, bada 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 bada.
I hope it does. 23 to hit.
Take up your sword in 2 hands. Roll for damage, your d10 plus.
Plus.
Okay, so far what you've got is a giant talking bird. And a warlock that could.
6 damage.
6, okay. You managed to cover the distance really, really quickly in much faster time than you reckoned you could. You're a blur of speed to each of the other 3 of you. You can see your friends just diving straight towards this dragonborn and pulling his sword all the way down, enough to get him to kind of fumble back from his position and knocking the bolt out of the hand that he was using to reload the other crossbow with. A gouge appearing.
Excuse me, I was talking
Down
there.
his shoulder. Where are you?
Why are you?
I'm trying to get answers here. We're trying to have discourse, and you're just swinging a sword around again.
He's clearly the buffoon who takes orders. The wee man is the one who will have answers. Go make yourself useful and
The
take
man
a...
hasn't shot me.
Walton,
throw a brick at him.
you've got
Come on, Buckman.
you've got these 2 muppets just deciding to go after the lolly guy. You've got the Birdman himself trying to talk to the only person in the room who seems to be pointed the other way, and caring for this young dwarf. And the whole time, dagger to the throat. Things are getting quite rough looking now. It's your time.
Situation wise, then we've got this. What was it? Who's got the knife? Hold on.
The other guy, did I say he was human? Sorry, I completely forgotten now. I get
What?
lost in the whole thing of Mark being unable to roll anything higher than a 5.
That's
So if I-
cumulative 5.
Cumulative 5. So effectively you've got, in front of where used to be a large open window, which is now completely smattered and disintegrated, is a 6.5 foot tall figure with a dagger to the throat of this dwarven ladykind, who's frequently telling you, back, back, and is almost focusing all of his attention towards the kind of midnight black tiefling who's standing there with a crossbow. Pardon me, who's now kind of hunkered behind a weapons crate. So to the left of the room, against the wall, is where this tiefling is now hidden, out of sight. This figure is standing, almost in a direct line, looking at you, with a dagger there to say, "Drop your weapon, step away, don't make me do it." Your last warning. And the Dragonborn is about 15 feet to his left, hidden behind a crate, who's currently being assailed by 2 of your colleagues. There's blood over the floor, there's glass over the floor, there's paper over the floor. Bits of giant rabbits and dolls smattered around everywhere and smashed to pieces. It's carnage.
I mean, I say we do what he says.
You got your hands up.
I'm just like, okay, fine.
I'll just met these guys.
I just wanted a drink.
Okay. As you do that, the guy pulls on the dwarf closer to the edge and goes, "Come with me!" And he steps back and back towards the window, unchallenged or unassailed. The tiefling who was hiding behind the crate jumps up, fires his crossbow. Cthulhu dice. That'll do it. Strikes him in his neck. He lets go of the lady, rolls all the way backwards, drops his dagger back, gets to the edge of the window ledge and starts to fall, and as he does, gathers himself and grabs the dwarf and tries to pull her back out the window. No reaction, no care. Heroes. The Dragonborn turns and tries to smack Logan with the crossbow in itself.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, you get an improvised weapon and I get the sharp pointy spear and arrow.
Get him.
I've gone from a 20 to a 1. Tries to swing the crossbow against you, and inadvertently lets go of it and slips out of his grasp. Damakos. Could you be a hero? I'm asking the wrong person.
You're asking the wrong guy, man. You could be a villain and take advantage of it.
Both hands are coming together on a sword because he's just a little bit on the agitated side.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. If it's a 1, I'm really not that sorry, buddy.
2 hands on the sword and straight down.
If it's a 1, it's going to hit your horn.
So 1 is gonna hit you with your luck. Please, dice God, don't betray me again.
Here we go. That's an 8.
An 8 what?
I'm just gonna be over the corner, okay? When you guys need me to make a miss, let me know.
Damakos, full of rage, realising of course that he's not a barbarian at heart and it makes no difference how angry he is, brings his sword all the way up in 2 hands and swings it down and strikes the crate behind the Dragonborn was hiding, completely missing the Dragonborn himself, forgetting the fact that he was actually aiming for the Dragonborn who was attacking him. Bounces off.
Yep,
Logan.
that's it. I'm done.
So obviously I've seen that. Then I'm not really sure what to expect. So is my sword still in the Dragonborn, or am I able to take it out?
Oh, you've taken it out. It kind of went down and then back out again. You readied yourself for it again.
Yeah, still holding it two-handed. So just gonna again take another slash at him.
Okay.
I'll show Damakos how to do things. He says before he does a fail.
I really want
19.
19. That hits. Give me your damage.
5.
5. What does it look like when you bury your sword in this thing?
I'm going for the clean cut its head off and kick its body to the floor.
Nice and easy. Bringing your sword all the way back,
Oh yeah.
swinging for the fences, and you decapitate this dragonborn as its head, and then falls out of the window, right next to where his boss, seemingly grabbing a hold of the dwarf and ready to pull back and fall. As one enemy goes out the window, so too the other's destined to go. El Krakow.
Okay. So he's holding onto her for dear life, is that right?
He's
His
putting her
dagger's
back out
away.
the window.
Yeah.
He's got a crossbow bolt on his neck, dagger's away, and he's falling back out the window and grabbing onto her. Any second he's going to fall straight down.
I'm gonna run over there and use my talon grip to keep hold of her.
Okay.
And then with the other hand to him.
Oh, to him, right.
Yeah. So I've got hold of her to keep her safe,
Lord.
and
Right.
then slap the shite out of him.
You'll only be able to make one action. So if you're rushing towards in terms of movement, you could grab.
Bonus action would be the flurry of blows that I'd be doing
Okay.
on him.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Spending your key point.
Yeah, I'm spending a key.
Okay. So you'd be rolling for grapple, so give me a strength check. It's a d20 plus your strength.
D20 plus strength. 20 total.
20 total. Easy enough. You reach out with your talon and grab her enough with the actual hand part of your clawed hand and not the actual talons in itself to have a really good solid grip of her shoulder and her upper arm and hold her back, whilst in a specific wonderfully moonlit way, monk-like way, spending your key point to twist your body up, round, and extending your foot.
Yep.
Roll to hit.
A 7 and an 8 because it does two.
A 7
hits.
and an 8 to
Yeah.
hit. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you try to graciously jump round and swing both of your feet to do 2 kicks, you miss with both of them.
Miss with both
A 7
for
if
damage.
it's a
Oh no, that's for
if-
damage.
No. Yeah, you need to hit with those.
I need to hit first.
All right. Okay, that was that. That was a 18.
An 18 and the second one?
What for? All right. Okay. Okay. Never mind.
Because you get 2 attacks on one bonus action. with
20.
your key point. And 20. Okay. So, in a beautiful sequence of reaching out an outstretched hand, still incredibly drunk looking, still incredibly pissed, grabbing a hold of the dwarf and pulling her back, and
Yep.
using your wings to create a sudden gust of air, spin yourself around at monk-like speed, and using your 2 taloned feet to kick him twice in the face. There's enough of a separation that he falls all the way back and grabs onto your foot and pulls you back towards the window.
Ah! Ah!
He falls out the window. Make a dex save with advantage.
Okay.
Quick, Walton, grab him.
Jesus, I knew that was a risk, man. I knew that was a risk, but I was like, I could get really good things. Dex save, okay. With advantage,
With advantage, I'll give you.
12.
Ask the question the full way. 12.
Yeah.
Roll it.
It's okay, man. If you fall out the window, you can fly.
You're grappled.
Okay.
From outside the window, you can just see him looking down. He reaches down to his belt, dangled against the side of the tower. Down below him, there's flames from the battering ram from before. And he reaches back and pulls out a stiletto.
No,
Like, peg him with your beak. Just fucking stop pegging.
I'm not facing him.
You know.
I've done a back kick on him and he's grabbed my leg.
We'll turn around and peg his head.
My actions are gone. Hey, I've
That's your
got.
action.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, it's alright. Well, no save you.
I've made sure then I pushed her away, so I'm not holding on to it anymore.
Yep. It's just
Okay.
you now.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Walton.
The hero.
Buckman, save me!
Okay. This is so. How far am I away am I from the ledge?
You're about 20 foot away from the edge. You're actually still quite in the middle of the room
Right.
where it was previously. The tiefling himself has kind of busied himself with the dwarf and pulled her away from the window and is paying no heed to you at all. Hold her to one side.
Okay. Can I make my way over there and do an action?
Yep, your movement
Okay.
speeds up to 30 feet so you can go all the way along there.
Okay, so make my way over there. And El Krako's going, save me, like, yeah, okay.
Gonna save me, son, I'm nearly falling.
I'm just kind of looking, I'm going, right, okay, I'm not strong enough to wrestle this grip away, and I'm not strong enough to lift him over. But I do have an egg. Just
So
peek
do I.
over the side, and see the guy reaching for his stiletto, and I chuck the egg at his face.
I'm so glad this
If
is
this
happening.
works, man.
It's a good job I don't have a mic now. I have a camera.
Oh my god.
That's all I can do.
It's a ranged attack, so it's going to be a d20 plus your dex.
Let's see if you get that one. That egg's
Go on.
over the side and hitting a red shirt down below.
Wait,
I'll look at the face.
wait.
That's crazy.
Toby!
Oh,
What was that? What was that? Plus what, sorry? Plus dex?
It
Plus
doesn't
two,
really
20.
matter at this point.
Twit.
Ross Lavery,
Finally. A good roll.
head producer.
What's a
head
good
producer.
roll?
Head producer of the St Kilda podcast. Bjorg the Gunslinger's founding father and member. What does it look like? And this entire sequence is entirely down to you. I'm going to sit here with my arms crossed as you explain how you put your final Easter egg that you found to good use.
So, run over. See it at the side of the window. And see this guy reaching for his stiletto and then coming up for a stab. His mouth's kind of hanging open. I chuck the egg at him and it kind of breaks apart in his mouth and goes over his eyes. And instinctively reaches with his other hand to go and get it off his face. Not realizing he's just let go.
beautiful.
And he falls, and he falls, and he falls. And all the way down from the bottom. And you're pretty sure you heard from the ground up, my god, I hope that wasn't a civilian.
Someone make a pun.
As you turn back around,
Have a nice fall.
oh lord. As you turn back around and look, the tiefling themselves darts out the room, and again you can just see the flashing of a tail. Almost a shadow, as if they weren't there in the first place.
I had one of them, by the way. I kept your favourite.
I mean, you're welcome.
You want it back?
So, yeah, thanks. Thanks very much.
Honestly, I don't even want it because my bud has a shite that looks just like that, honest. Thanks for saving me, Buckman. What's your name again?
Walton.
What? Guess what? I'm asking. My name is Il Krakow. Did you hear that?
Yeah, you
I
said
don't.
before.
I don't. No, I didn't. I only tell my pals my real name. You're my real pal now, Buckman.
Oh, great.
Yeah, a friend for life there.
Hey.
See that? No, I didn't. That was the angry drunk coming out.
See this guy, DeMarcos and Logan? That's my best pal now. He's gonna come on all of our adventures.
Oh no.
I think you need to let him choose.
No, he's valuable to us now. You see what he did? He fucking saved he threw a fucking egg at the guy.
I was coming to help you.
Yeah, didn't he have an egg though?
You're right, I didn't.
Damascus is just going to sit down in the corner somewhere, put his hand in his head, and wonder when he wakes up.
That was
As
good what you
you-
did to the guy, honestly. Who did this to the big dragonborn? Was that you, Damakos? It wasn't. Was it? It wasn't.
It's
I've got a funny feeling that no matter what happens next, whatever caravan you get into, the Marcos is going to go, Ine, Mine, Mine. So, I'm going to use this opportunity to wrap up this session and give you a little bit of a play out through an epilogue, because it's been a little bit of a longer one than what we thought it might have been. I didn't think clockwork mannequins would be the near death of you, but there we are. So to close this epilogue 0, let me give you something. So you make your way back down through the tower. Damakos, you find along the way a variety of splishes and splashes of coins. There's not a whole lot of people. It seems as though whatever this tiefling, this shadow in the night, managed to get an awful lot of people out of here, and you're not sure whether it's the roof or the floor or whatever, the ground floor or whatever. But by the time you got here, a lot of the damage was done. But it seems to be that you have helped in a great way in saving the Honore Tower. And although you've never actually found the wizard in himself, you feel comfortable and confident enough that you've done enough to earn the gold that is presented to you from the town's guard and pick up some rewards. And you make your way downstairs, and sure enough, Gal Powell is standing there going, ha! It's a great body of work that you guys did for us. Thank you. You managed to clear out the tower in itself, and the tower couldn't be any happier, isn't that right? And you can see the tower itself just slowly but surely swaying. You say, it's been many years since Jack has been put there, but you know what? It's one of the best towers going. And turns around and gives each of you a small sack of coins. Each of them contains 25 gold pieces. He says, I'd like to present something to you actually. This guy here, Vargile, was one of the people who was last known here. He was here as part of the work for the Wizard Honore, and he's got himself one of these finer carriages here, and he's offered to take you anywhere you'd like to go, as a bit of a payment for getting him out alive as one of the innocents, who we really didn't want this thieves guild taking over the rest of the tower. And Vargile, almost, Vargile comes up to you and goes, hey guys, where do you want to go?
And you give
I
him
heard-
an utterly
heard-
deadpan expression. Pub. No.
Pub, can do, not a problem. Hop in mine, better than anybody else's. And you can actually see as you walk up next to it, it's a bit longer than the rest of the other carriages that are there. It's got a nice black velvet top. There's some lights that are kicking about the bottom. The wheels themselves made of iron, not of wood. Jump in, I'll take you wherever you want to go. You want to go for a drink? You want to go for a drink? You want to go for a drink, Birdman?
Why are you asking stupid questions, honestly?
So you jumping along in this guy's wagon who'll take you anywhere. Through each of the encounter, each of you have been given the grand total of 100 gold pieces between you, between what was in the bag initially that's presented to Damakos and the extra gold and carriage that's been taken away. Lots of people carrying dead bodies and putting them in the back of wagons to take away for afterwards, but you get a sense that you felt you've done something a little bit right, and by right I mean Damakos, you've got a little bit richer. Wealth wise, not experience wise, because you haven't actually done a whole lot to help out your party. Can I have a perception check from each of you?
Oh, just another chance to roll crap.
2.
2. You can't do worse than that, surely.
14.
Oh, challenge accepted.
18.
It's an 18.
15.
14.
15. Look, there you are. 14.
Yeah, it's only taking till the end of the game.
Okay, so I guess contextually, Walton, you'll be back in the wagon making sure that you've transferred your books from the carriage that you were in previously into the back of Vargile's wagon. So you don't necessarily notice too much about the road you're going in what direction, and you assume you're going back to Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
But each of the three, you start to get a bit of a creeping suspicion. as the bumps and travel of the wagon along the road becomes smooth, almost crystalline, as if you're passing through still water. And you look out the back of the wagon, and you can look out some of the slots that are there on the side, barred though they are in small windows. You can start to see a mist rolling in, and the trees start to descend from vision. The mist turns to a fog, and Vargel goes, we're almost there. Don't you worry, we'll get you a drink before long. Not long now. And the fog becomes thicker and thicker until you can't see any more than 6 feet without the wagon. And you can hear Vargel going, oh, it's a good thing you caught me when you did. It's a good thing you caught me. You'd never get through this lot yourself. Oh, you're in for a right treat. Food enough to eat, drink enough to fill your belly. You'll be pleased, so you will. For my lord's been looking for you all, and he would like to extend to you an invitation to dinner.
I just wanted a drink.
Lord who?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Don't you worry yourself, young man. Plenty of books to be read, plenty of food to be had.
Oh, shit.
Our lord will take good care of you.
You
We'll
like?
stop off in our village first. Our village is just up here.
You like books, don't you?
Oh, ancestors, it's gonna be a long day.
Should I
What you can
Marcos? Drinks on me.
What you can see from the side of the carriage as you go past is there seems to be a little bit of a way sign at the road, a wooden way sign, and it indicates you're on the old Svalich road, and the turn off is for a town called Kresk.
Kresk?
As you roll forward into a new morning. And the end of episode 0.
We made
That's
it.
great. Well then.
Die Strahd, mate.
Next time, well, I can say it now. Welcome to Barovia, bitches. You're fucked now.
I honestly can't recall a game where I've rolled worse.
I wouldn't use that
Well,
dice system again, though.
It was a daft little episode 0 introduction and a bit of a dig at Die Hard for not being a Christmas movie, but it's a Christmas movie.
Right.
It's good. We shall end the stream now if anyone's got anything to say. Also, thank you very much to all the new followers that we got. Dr. Plague Doctor, Sigma, Monty Sam was watching,
Thank you,
Garundu was watching, Willesko was watching. Thank you very much to everyone there. Gomez the Brave and Modern. I accidentally banned him for a second. But I brought him back.
Why?
The third egg
Didn't
got
that one get
squished. Yeah, the third egg
Sorry?
got squished against
Pushed
the
on
wall.
the elevator rune disc thing.
All
So
these
there's
eggs
one
are
more.
gone.
Are they all gone? Wait, so
No, I'll give you.
Oh, no,
one got
you-
squished.
One
One got
gets
squished
squished on
and
the
one
lift,
got crushed.
and one get thrown out.
And then I give you the last one.
So there's one there.
Yep. So
There's one
you do
left.
actually have one. So you have an
It's my
Easter
bunny
egg.
rabbit one.
Yes, with the Easter bunny on it.
Oh, that was brutal in that episode. I'm sorry, guys.
It was a fun episode. I enjoyed it.
Had to cut a bit of that short.
I am
That's
going to
alright.
look out the dice after this. I am
Yes,
not trusting
you
Discord
will.
again.
Yes, you will.
So remember, guys, we should we stream Curse of Strahd from start to finish on here.
I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
happy
yeah.
to do it and run it. Very happy
Happy
to do
up.
so.
Okay,
Yep, I can be convinced.
that sounds good. Right, guys, see us over on Twitter at Haggis Dragons, at Haggis Paddy, at Haggis Bjorg, at McAllister YT, at Haggis Ivor, even though he doesn't use it, at Krusk13. But yeah, we will see you on the next one. Thanks to everyone for watching, and we'll figure out when we can next do this. I don't know if we've got an end screen, do we? Nope. So I'll see you.
We're working that stuff. It's an episode 0.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
that's the